What I'm about to say is going to totally piss off all of my writer friends. And I say that because I have a lot of writer friends and I know what they go through to write a book, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because those writer friends will forgive me. They know that the information that I tend to come across and share with them is usually something that's outside of the realm of what they're used to. So usually they give me a chance to explain myself when I say the crazy things that I say, which is going to be, do you know how easy it is to write a book from 0 words to published and get it all done in less than 24 hours without using AI? See, if you're a writer, that probably just pissed you off, right? On today's video, I'm going to show you some tips, techniques, and shortcuts that I have found that can not only make the writing process so much easier, but you can actually edit an entire book in less than 24 hours so that it's ready for publishing. If you want to hear more, stay tuned, because we're going to start with why you should never use AI to write a book for you. If you were to look up how to write a book in a day or an hour or in less than 24 hours, like the topic that I'm doing today, pretty much everything you're going to find is going to be have AI write the book for you. I am 100% against that. Now, don't get me wrong, I use AI to write my YouTube descriptions, but that's because I'm giving it my work, something I've created, and I'm asking it to summarize it. I'm not asking it to pull information out of thin air. Now, there are 2 reasons that I would tell you to never write a book with AI. The first one is because as a researcher, the research that I've pulled up with ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and even Microsoft Copilot, they're wrong. They're not wrong on everything. There's a lot of stuff that they're right on, but the stuff that they're right on are the things that can't be changed. So if you were to use AI to write a nonfiction book and you were to ask it for information with resources and data and numbers, that's when I would never trust it. Because as a researcher, I know that a lot of the information that's on the internet now is false information. And as a human, I can double check and cross check and verify what information is correct and what information isn't. There are some things that don't change, however. Now, a perfect example of this is the Willis Tower here in Chicago. When I first started doing some research for my coloring book, I made the coloring book into a travel guide. And I wanted a lot of information. I hit up ChatGPT and Google Gemini and Microsoft Copilot to get some of that information. The Willis Tower was one of those things that's a perfect example of why I would never trust AI. The Willis Tower was the tallest building in the world for about 25 years. I asked ChatGPT and Google Gemini, as of 2025, what number is it for tallest buildings in the world? And ChatGPT told me it was the 22nd tallest building in the world and the 25th in another search, while Google Gemini told me it was the 23rd tallest building in the world and the 25th tallest in a second search. I went over to Wikipedia, which again is one of those things I would never use as a source, but Wikipedia has lists that are a little more trustworthy because they actually detailed everything out. Now, when I looked at Wikipedia's list, it was listed, I believe, as number 24, but also as number 26. And the reason it was listed as number 24 and 26 is because 2 of the buildings above it that had the record for tallest buildings were actually 2 buildings that were listed as one building site. So technically, it's the 26th tallest building in the world right now, at least according to Wikipedia. And this is why I don't trust AI for information. From what I can tell, what happens with these AIs is that you ask it a question, and when you ask it a question, you give a search term. And ChatGPT takes that search term, and it looks like, from what I can tell, it goes over to Google, and it puts that search term in Google search engines, and then you get that whole page of results. And it basically scrapes every page on that first page of results, and it summarizes the results. So if you were to ask the question a bunch of different ways, it would do a bunch of different searches and give you different answers every single time because of the websites that are being ranked for what those different keyword searches are on those different websites. Like I said, as a human, I can go and I can cross-check these things and I can figure out what's real and what isn't. ChatGPT doesn't do that. And as far as I can tell, Google Gemini doesn't do that either. As far as I can tell, Google Gemini also strips that first page of all the data, of all the results on that page, and then summarizes it into a nice couple paragraphs that's nice and clean and neat. Whereas ChatGPT will try to detail out everything that is scraped. So that's why you should never trust those 2 for when it comes to data that's changeable. When I say changeable, obviously a record is changeable because it's gone from first all the way down to 26th in the world. That's over a matter of 20, 30 years. Whatever results have popped up on that first page could be years and years old, which is why ChatGPT probably got to 22nd because it probably read an article that said it was 22nd. Now, other information that doesn't change that it gets correct. For example, it can tell me exactly how many feet tall the Willis Tower is. And Google and Gemini and Microsoft Copilot all verified these numbers because that number doesn't change. So if I were to use ChatGPT or Google Gemini, I would use it for data that doesn't change. The other thing too is if you use AI like ChatGPT or some of the other ones that you're using to write a book, what basically ends up happening is this artificial intelligence is scraping other books, other websites, it's doing analysis, and it's taking all of that data, shoving it into a blender, scrambling it up, and spitting stuff out. What it spits out seems like new information, but authors are finding their work in other people's AI work all the time, and they're finding copyright issues, plagiarism issues. That is why I wouldn't use AI, because you don't know what percentage of what's being spit out has been scrambled and what hasn't. There are ways to check it, but I still wouldn't trust it just for that reason. In fact, one of my favorite YouTubers, his name is Paul Castle. You might know him. He is blind and he is an illustrator who does children's books. And he and his husband do the funniest pranks. They have the cutest, sweetest, most romantic relationship. Not too long ago, Paul actually posted on his channel that his book had been plagiarized. And somebody had written a book about two gay penguins, which is what his stories are about. And they changed the names, but somewhere inside the book, the AI didn't change the names. And so his characters' names popped up inside the book. And the person that took the AI writing and published it didn't catch that, didn't know where it came from, but Paul's fans, I'm guessing, found it and sent it to him, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't look for his characters in his book every single day, but his fans would. And his fans love him enough to send it to him. So he actually posted on YouTube about how this person had plagiarized his book and how the names were different on the cover, but as soon as you opened it up to the first page, there were the names of his two penguins on the inside. So that is why I would say do not use AI to write your book, because one, any kind of research you have in it is likely false if it's data that can be changed. And two, it's probably taking somebody else's work and scrambling it up. And if it hasn't scrambled it up enough, you're going to get hit with copyright claims and accusations of plagiarism, and you don't want that. So that is why we're not using AI to write your book. Instead, I'm going to show you what kind of book you can write in less than a day without using AI. How long should your book be? The first thing that I want to go ahead and show you is something called Kindle Shorts. Kindle Shorts popped up about 10 years ago, and I remember it because I was still very heavily involved in the publishing world at that time. Basically, if you want to publish a Kindle Short on Amazon, it has to be between 15 minutes and 2 hours long. To give you a better perspective on that, that equals about 1 to 11 pages for the 15 minutes, up to about 100 pages for 2 hours or more. One of the nice things about Kindle Shorts is that there's generally a lot less competition, because most people, if they're writing high content books, they're writing longer high content books. Just to give you an idea, it says for Kindle Short reads as a search, it says there's 60,000 words. But if I were to punch in travel, which I'm trying to build as a brand, then the results have dropped down to 50,000 just for travel shorts. So there's definitely more than 60,000 books, but there's only 50,000 books that have posted their book as travel books and that qualify as Kindle Shorts. Now, if I were to come over to books and punch in travel, you can see that there's 70,000 books that have listed themselves that are both long and short, but that have listed themselves in the travel category. Because sometimes Kindle Shorts are also listed under the longer books. If I were to go to Kindle Store itself and I were to search the word travel, it's going to say that there are 60,000 Kindle ebooks that are basically listed under the word travel. You can see it's kind of narrowing down the competition because not as many people are writing these short books. A lot of them, if they're going to write a high content book, they're going for a longer book. All you really need to do to create a book that you can sell on Amazon is to make sure that it reads between 15 minutes to 2 hours. And that's going to come out to anywhere from 1 to 100 pages. I'm going to show you how we can do that quickly. How much talking will get you how many pages. Recently, I wrote and published my book in less than 24 hours worth of work called Flight Attendant Secrets. Just to show you real quick, Flight Attendant Secrets came out to be about 190 pages of a 6x9 book, which is about 42,000 words. If you have any idea at all, if you've ever done something called NaNoWriMo, which stands for National Novel Writing Month, that is a challenge where writers will try to write 50,000 words in 30 days. I did the first 30,000 words in about 4 hours of speaking, and I did the other 10,000 words in about 6 hours of typing. which I really wish I had just pulled out my camera because I wasted a lot of time typing when I didn't have to. And I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to get with 30 minutes. First, I'm going to start this by taking you over to Descript.com, which is a content creator editing tool. This right here is part of that book that I just showed you. It's chapter 4, and it came out to 32 minutes of clean, edited speaking. 32 minutes of how I'm talking now. What Descript does is it will create a transcript for you. And I basically exported this transcript into Word. And here it is, chapter 4. Fly Like a Fly Attendant. 32 minutes comes out to 6,300 words. This is 17 pages for 30 minutes of talking. So you can safely assume 5,000 words for every 30 minutes that you talk, which comes out to about 2,500 words for every 15 minutes. Keep that in mind. If you can talk to your camera for 30 minutes, you can easily get 5,000 to 6,000 words in a book. From there, we're just going to take and edit it using content creator tools to write and edit your book. I'm going to do a little bit of shameless cross promotion here. And it's not because I'm actually trying to get you to watch more of my videos. It's because I've actually already made the videos. So I don't want to throw it into this one and make this video even longer. If you look at the screen right here, this right here will tell you how to write a script for a video from idea to camera as quickly as possible, and how to basically override your mistakes and your changes and just get something that's clean that you can use. So that was already created. How to film YouTube videos 10 times faster. Then here in this one, edit 100 times faster using Gling. That is going to clean up your video incredibly fast. If you're writing a book in a day and your book is about an hour long, the free accounts should cover these changes that you're about to do. If you were to use Gling, it's going to get rid of the long pauses. It's going to figure out all the stuff where you repeat yourself, and it's going to basically clean that up for you so you get something nice and clean. Then what I would do is I would take it over to Descript, which is what this video here is about. And with Descript, they've got a lot of AI editing tools that are fantastic, especially if you're a writer, because it's going to find things that you would pay an editor to find for you. Things like redundancies, stuff that doesn't make sense. You could even cut more stuff out. Now, in this video, I'm skipping Gling. I'm skipping the recording part. You've pretty much got the idea at this point. If you just record yourself with your camera and then you take it, edit it, you're going to have something that you could turn into a book. I am thinking about doing a workshop for writers on this to go from 0 ideas, 0 words to completely written, edited, published within 24 hours. Plus, you would have video marketing tools that you could use that you could post on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, whatever social media you use to help market your book. If you're interested in that, drop a comment in the comments below. I'm thinking I'm going to limit it to about 20, 25 people and see if it's something that I might want to sell later on. Those 20, 25 people wouldn't have to pay anything for it. Or if you want to communicate with me more directly, you could pop over here to facebook.com, the Biz Redesign. I'm going to change this soon, so it's going to look different probably when you get over here. But the Biz Redesign, it used to be my 1-hour bookkeeper site. I've continued posting on here different things, some of the videos and stuff, not all of the videos, but you can drop me a message through this site as well, and I will make sure to include you in the workshop if you're in that first 20 to 30 people. In the meantime, let's go ahead and pop over to Descript. What I did was I threw in a video that I had made. It's 3 minutes, 29 seconds long, and there's a lot of gaps, there's a lot of spaces, there's a lot of problems. Now keep in mind, this right here, this is a transcript, and this transcript from Descript is excellent. It's really good at catching your words and spelling most of them correctly. There will be some mistakes and you can edit it directly into Descript. But what I want to show you before we do that is the tools that they have for editing. What you would do is you click on Underlord over here, editing for clarity. You can do just a little bit. You can do medium or you can do heavy. I like to do heavy. You just click submit and it analyzes your words, your transcript, and it shows you. You don't need this here. You can just click on these and it will cross it out and you can see how it would sound without it by just clicking play. Guys, it's your favorite. It only plays a small part. Okay, guys, it's your favorite. You can see right here, I actually had repeated myself, which is why it's telling me to get rid of that. I could just accept it by pressing the check mark, or I can deny it by pressing the X. For the next one, hey guys, it's your favorite friend to Erica from America. Apparently I said it twice and I would say yes. And you would just go through all of these. Anything that you don't want, you would just click on the X on and it'll leave it in there, which is nice and easy. The next editing tool that's fantastic, you can remove filler words that you don't really want. Like, see, I say like, I say I say actually. And all you have to do is once you've clicked that, it's going to show you everything here, but it's also going to bring this up right here. And you can move to the next one by pressing the arrow. No, she's not 30 years old. Just like with a Word document, you can use the same shortcuts, Control-C for copy, Control-Z for undo, Control-Y for put back in, Control-V for paste. You can literally cut and paste this and move it around just like you would with the Word document, and it's going to edit your video for you too. This is a great way to edit your document before it gets over to Word, and you're creating video at the same time that you can actually use to market your book. The next one here is retakes. So anytime you repeated yourself, especially if you've repeated yourself too closely together, it's going to point that out for you. You can literally do hundreds of these edits in a very short period of time. Shortening word gaps is going to help you with those long pauses. When you click it, you can say, okay, any gaps that are more than 0.2 seconds, I want it down to 0.1 second. So just to show you right now, it's at 2 minutes and 27 seconds with all the crossed out stuff. It's got 32 pauses that are longer than 0.2 seconds. I say shorten all. I'm now at 1 minute and 31 seconds. So that was quite a bit that it cut out. That's also kind of what Gling does, but Gling is much easier to edit with, which is why I like them. Basically, you use those tools, and once you've got everything, here is what you would do next to get this into Word. You're going to hit Publish, you're going to hit Export, and you're going to hit Transcript. Then with the transcript, you're going to make sure all of these are checked off except for the composition name. You're going to click right here. You're going to make sure this little link right here is turned off. If this link is turned on, you're going to have a timestamp every 1 minute through the video, which you have to go in and then take out. So make sure that's taken off. I'm putting right here that it's a Microsoft Word document, export. Now it's asking me, okay, where do I want it? This is what I'm calling it. I'm going to say save. Just to open that for you real quick so you can see what it looks like. Here it is, instantly. That 2-3 minutes of talking was 423 words. And it's nice, it's clean. Any edits that I had done in the video would show up here. And what you can do from here is you can just start formatting it. You can start putting in headings. For example, if I were to click that and say heading 2, it's going to start to create a table of contents over here. Let's say I want this to be a heading, heading 2. Now that's a clickable heading. I'll do another one just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. Let's say I want to do this, and I want this to be a heading. Then if your book has a table of contents, you would come up to the top, you put in your title page, title, la-di-da, and then you would say references, table of contents, and you can create any kind of table of contents you want. Now, everything that I clicked that made a heading is in the table of contents. This jumped to 457 words. Boom. This could be a chapter. And that's the point. You can use these content creator tools to help you edit. You can use it to get the words really clear. And you're also going to have marketing videos when you're done. Quick recap of these steps. As a reminder, if you're interested in the workshop at all, make sure you drop a comment in this video or go over to facebook.com/thebizredesign and message me there because I'm still working on my website. That's not completely up yet. And just tell me if you're interested in the workshop. I'm going to limit it to 20 to 30 people. It'll be free for those 20 to 30 people so that way they can work with me and ask me questions. If you're thinking, I don't know if I want to be on the workshop, maybe I just want to watch your other videos. If you come over to youtube.com/thebizredesign, hit up playlists right here, and then you come to this one, YouTube for Business. All 3 of those videos are in there. This tells you basically how to create videos from zero to published very, very quickly. It's going to show you some of the regular tips. The workshop that I'm going to do is going to be different because I am going to show you how to apply these tips as a writer to the written word. And I'm going to show you different tips and techniques, not only with these programs, but with other free programs on the internet to edit your book 100 times faster, to basically get your book edited in 1 day, and how to create marketing videos out of that while you're doing it. That's all going to be within the 24 hours. Again, if you're interested in that, hit me up on Facebook. Comment in this video, not in these 3 videos here. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to just try to record yourself for anywhere from 15 minutes to 2 hours talking to your camera. You're going to use some of these editing softwares. You can just use Descript if you wanted, but Gling is fantastic. And if you really want to know why I still use Gling, make sure you check out this video right here. That's the basics of how you get a book from zero to published in less than 24 hours. If you want to see more of this stuff, again, comment. If you like the channel at all, please let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to know more tips on stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. In the next video that I'm going to be working on, as promised, I'm going to be showing you how to do a word search for your business, which part of me is like, why would I even show that? I mean, who does word searches for their business? I started doing it for my brand, for the travel brand, and it was really fun. And I think it's really going to add to the business side of my flight attendant life. So if you're interested in that at all, again, subscribe, notification, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. See you in the next video. Ciao.